Thank you for watching Conversations with Jennylyn. Today, I have a different show for you. It's actually a show telling you about the changes at Conversations with Jennylyn. I have started a business, or rather, a partnership with someone, and we will be Conversations with Jennylyn will be offering services that you might need. So I'm going to introduce my guest today, and he will furnish you with all of the details. I also have a new and much improved website where you will be able to access all the changes we're telling you about today if something that we discuss is of interest to you. So, welcome. Thank you for continuing to watch me. And meet Jamie. He is not a stranger to Conversations with Jennylyn, but he will tell you what and how we are doing all of the fantastic improvements and changes and things that we are doing on Conversations with Jennylyn. Well, Jamie, welcome.
Oh, thank you again for having me, Jennylyn. It's a pleasure.
I hear you guys are burning up in Ireland.
Oh, we are. We're having a heat wave. But when I tell Americans, they laugh at me because
Yes.
it's not particularly hot for you in California, and I have a friend in Florida, and you guys are used to hotter temperatures. So if I said that it was like 80, you'd be like, "Oh, that's not very hot." That's
That's
just
cool.
Yeah, but it's hot for us, and it's not unusual for us to get temperatures that high. But when it's like for many days running, then that's unusual because we don't usually get nice weather for long.
And I've been told that most people in Europe, specifically England and Ireland, haven't got air conditioned units in their homes because it's not so necessary. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. Yeah, we it's unusual to have air conditioning. Usually if you go into maybe a fancy restaurant or a nice, store or something, but people's homes don't usually have it. We use fans, but they're not much help really. But this weather won't last long, I guarantee it, because we don't get good weather generally.
So, Jamie, I want to share with my viewers what you and I are doing that may be of interest to them or someone they know. So I've decided to partner with Jamie. He will work with me as a consultant, and we are providing lots of services that I know a lot of people are looking for. And you watching this may need some of what we're offering. So I will have Jamie tell you what he and I are doing together that may be of interest to you. Jamie, over to you.
Well, thank you, Jennylyn. Well, if I could just give a bit of background about conversations we've had. So basically, I've been working with Jennylyn and helping her out with her channel and with her business. And it occurred to me once that, Jennylyn, she interviews a lot of business people. Because business people have a lot to say, and like maybe business coaches and people who want to talk about their business, right? So if you've got a guest that is talking about their business, which you do quite often, I thought it's logical. Well, hey, why don't we? Because I'm a business consultant and I do online consulting and what have you. We could go a step further so that, like, when you bring on a guest and they want to promote themselves, not only are they having that opportunity to be interviewed and ask questions that about what they do, about their company and about their business, but we can like promote that interview in a way that it gets maximum exposure. right? So we can create a package whereby they can get the max from it. And, as well, I feel that, you're a great interviewer, Jennylyn, and I'm
Thank
sure
you.
everyone listening, you're welcome, and I'm sure everyone listening agrees. And like you asked some great questions. And so far as like businesses go, if you're listening to this and you have a business, there's nothing better than to have someone outside your business ask questions about your business, because you're too close to it. If you talk about your business, you're maybe going to explain it in a way that you understand, but maybe not everybody listening understands. And so Jenna Lynn, she's so out of it, not out of it, you know what I mean? Like she's kind of out of the picture, like an outsider looking in, and would have questions. So, you would represent the consumer. So you ask, and I've noticed this, you ask many questions that represent the questions that the general public at large would ask, So I think that's very advantageous, So I think that, if you own a business and you want to promote yourself, it's really good to have, I mean, we call this an explainer video, right? So you got like promo videos. Promo videos are generally like 30 seconds to a minute long, maybe a cartoon or something very quick that you use for driving traffic to your website. But sometimes people want to deep dive into your products or services or your company. And so, Jennylyn, she generally offers like what is it, Jennylyn, about a 45-minute interview,
It
right?
depends, yes. Sometimes 45, sometimes 30. I've been told that people lose interest after 30 minutes. So
Yeah,
I try to keep it 30 minutes or less.
sure. Yeah, certainly. So I think that like that appeals to an audience. If someone's watching someone promote, talk about their business, it's like it's it's a deep dive, isn't it? So you're going into quite some detail about the company, the products, the services, and so you can facilitate that as an interviewer. And
Yeah.
so then what you would do is you always publish those interviews on your website and on your YouTube channel and on your social media, which is continuously going to be growing. Okay, but what we can also do is we can take that step further, and we can do some video submission to various platforms and do press releases and
Yes.
create like an article type piece of content of the interview, right? And not a transcription. I find transcriptions very irritating. I mean, if you see a transcription and like when two people are talking, there's lots of, oh, how's the weather, and what are you doing this weekend, and there's ums and ahs and all that. So transcriptions can be quite long-winded, and like there's some small talk going on, some waffle and what have you, which is great to listen to, because people they like a very down-to-earth conversation to listen to. But I think that instead of a transcription, like an article, like a summary of bullet points, what's discussed, sort of 500 to 1,000 words, and then with supporting information to go with that, and we can put together a nice written piece that can act as a guest post on your website, but also the interviewee can utilize that as as a piece of virtual real estate as well on their own website. So there's so much scope. We can really maximize this opportunity when people come onto your show. I mean, like there's people who come onto your show that maybe have a hobby or an interest, and I'm not really addressing that in this interview. I mean, those guys we encourage, hey, check out our coffee, and and the listeners. But I think we can definitely offer something really, really great for business owners that want to promote themselves.
And I have a lot of friends who produce videos like I do because I started doing this in a television station. And much like myself, they all want advice on their SEOs. So, Jamie, tell us or tell my viewers how you can help them with that.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Okay, yeah. So in addition to what we do on this, everything I've just described, is that we can also help you to either create a website or improve your website. A lot of people, they have a website and then maybe they're thinking, well, I've got a website, I like it, but nothing's happening. I'm not getting any leads. I'm not getting any sales. I'm not getting any engagement. I'm not getting much traffic. And there's a reason for that. It's because you can have a decent website, but it's like having a nice car. I think I mentioned in the previous interview that we did together that you keep in the garage, you know, um, and it's just not seen. So traffic and the right traffic doesn't happen by magic. There needs to be some activity. So there's work that goes beyond just simply making a website. Yeah. So you might have a website and perhaps it needs to be optimized for user experience. Maybe it's lacking in calls to action. So what we can do is, we can consult with people to talk about their existing website, how it can be improved and optimized for better user experience and traffic conversion. Or if you don't have a website, even better, we can create one from scratch and make sure that all those things are there. But there's also something called search engine friendliness. So there's two things with a website. First of all, you have to get the traffic to it, right? A targeted audience. And then you need to have your website optimized so that you're making the most of that traffic so that it converts into what you want it to convert to, whether it be a lead, a sale, or what, right? So SEO is basically bringing that traffic in, right, in the first place. So that's kind of step one, if you like. That traffic has to come, otherwise nothing happens, right? So what we can do is we offer SEO packages, right, where we can do everything for you. I think also we've talked to Jennylyn about what's maybe coming around the corner. We're going to do like a members area of like a SEO school, where we have like tutorials. So if you want to do it yourself, you can do it yourself, or if you don't have time and you don't have the energy or the inclination or whatever, then that's okay. We can do it for you.
So, do you want to go into detail a little bit more about that so they understand exactly what we're. First of all, I can't believe my voice is going today of all times. For those people who don't know what an SEO is, it's a search engine optimization. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, search engine optimization. So,
and for some people, if they don't know what that means, do you want to explain that, Jamie? So anybody who is uncertain understands exactly what it is.
yeah, certainly. Okay, so search engine optimization is kind of self-explanatory, but let me go into it a little bit. All right, so I like to describe it as search engine friendly content, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like on the internet, you have search engines, and they are like kind of the starting point to all internet activity. So, think about your personal life, Jennylyn, and anyone listening. Think about when you go on the internet, where do you start? You usually start in a search engine. Usually like, there's a well-known expression, I'll Google it, right? So we have to Google it. We don't just like magically know the website that we're going to and just type it in. We usually have to search it. So there's a search bar. You put in a keyword or a phrase, a sentence, a question, into that search bar, and then you get served results. And among those results, you'll choose something to click, and that will take you to where you want to go, hopefully, right? That's the idea. And there's so many search engines. Like Google has the massive, it has the largest search market. It's actually 97%. It's unbelievable, but it's true. 97% of search is with Google, right? There's other search engines like Bing and Yahoo, but they have a tiny fraction of the search market. But if you're search engine optimized, you're going to be found by all the search engines, whether they're big or small. Also, people overlook places like YouTube. YouTube is also a search engine. It's not called a search engine, but it has a search bar. A lot of people go to YouTube to search for content, and then they get served results, but they happen to be videos, not websites, right? So yeah, so many ways to search. So that's why SEO is so important, because when you go somewhere on the internet, you've either arrived there via a search or via an ad that you've happened to click. right? So that's why when we're doing internet marketing, there's two real big methods really, and that's organic search, SEO, where we help you to we help your content be recognized by search engines so you can come up with search results. We've just described why that's important.
Right.
And then the other method is paid advertising, so that you get like sponsored ads in search results, plus you can obviously have ads anywhere and everywhere. And that really is the only way. Those two ways are the only ways that people are ever going to land on your website. I mean,
Really, and a lot of people aren't aware of that.
no.
I wasn't. I was just mass producing videos and just randomly, willy nilly throwing them out there. I didn't know that I had to do certain things if I wanted more people to access my videos. And this is why I've interviewed some amazing people and they've shared really fascinating stories and information, but I never put any energy into promoting it or getting it in front of people.
Yeah, well, that's right. And you're not alone, because so many people do this. So there's a lot of people that think that if they make a website, that's it. They just wait for the phone to ring or wait for the orders to come in. And like, I don't blame people, because we can't all know about everything.
Exactly.
I happen to know about this because it's what I do, and like there's things that and if I mention something on it, you might think I sound really stupid and you might have a little laugh. But it's because like we've all got our areas of expertise, so.
And so, Jamie, I know that SEOs is your specialty. How did you get started doing this? And how long have you been doing it? So anyone watching will know you didn't just start doing this yesterday.
Yeah, certainly. Okay, well, I've been doing this for about 10 years, and how I got into it is by disillusionment with the service, with this industry, because there are a lot of charlatans out there. Okay, so basically, it used to be long ago when the internet was young and Google wasn't very intelligent. It's all very new, and you could trick Google. It's funny, I was having a conversation with a friend of yours last night, actually, just right about this. And you could trick Google. It's actually got a name. It's called Black Hat. So you can do Black Hat SEO and things like keyword stuffing and that kind of thing. Trying to basically do very unnatural activities to get Google to recognize you. And that once upon a time worked, right?
That was before AI.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess now there's AI involved. Yeah, but that worked once upon a time, but it doesn't work anymore. But there's still people that try to do it, even though it's not working anymore. Like backlinks, for example. There's so much emphasis on backlinks. Backlinks, in case you're not sure what backlinks are, is when another website is linking to your website, which is good in Google's eyes, because if someone else is talking about your website and referring to it and linking to it, then that sends a message like, oh, this website must be quite good because other people are linking to it. Yeah. And it used to be in the early days that you can just pile on the backlinks, just set them all up, pay for them, and just do them willy-nilly, right? But now Google, they're quite picky. They want your backlinks to be like organic, if you like, kind of, they've got to be contextual. There has to be a synergy in the website it's coming from. So for example, if you sell shoes and like you have a bakery that's saying, check out these shoes, it's like of no relevance. It's like a forced thing. It's like, okay, no, he's paid for this backlink or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, this is black hat activity. So now the emphasis has moved away from building thousands upon thousands of backlinks, and now less is more, quality over quantity, So now what Google are doing, which is like, relatively new, as opposed to like in the early days, is you're judged on user experience. It's not just about keyword optimization. It's not just about your backlink profile. So Google are judging you on how long do people stay on your website, because those metrics are measured, right? So if you have Google Analytics, you can see them. Yeah. So, like with Google Analytics, not only how many visitors have come to your website, but who of them are new and who of them are returning visitors. What page did they come in on? What page did they leave on? Did they bounce on the first page? How many pages did they navigate on your site? How long did they stay on your site? So, these statistics tell a story about your website as to how interesting and useful it is to people. Because what the search engine is trying to do, they are trying to determine if the content that you have is relevant to the search phrase. And if it is, then is it interesting enough that people are there for a little while? So, sometimes you would have a web page and they go on there and within 5 seconds they're back to the search engine going to another result. So like Google can determine from that, people don't go there for very long, and they don't, it's obviously not helpful.
It can't be that good.
Yeah, it can't be that good. It's not very helpful. Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
So Jamie, having said that, in case, well, first of all, I encourage everyone to please check out my new website. It's happening. Jamie made it, and I'm very happy with it. And you can see the link to it on the bottom of the screen. But I've also decided to add coffee to the videos. So now, while you're watching my shows, you can enjoy great coffee, which you can find on my website. Now, Jamie, do you want to tell them how to navigate to the coffee shop?
Yeah, certainly. Okay, so you go to conversationswithjennylyn.com/store. It's in the menu. You'll see store on the menu. You go there and there's coffee, right? So and then you buy the coffee. So what the purpose behind the coffee is that, conversation, coffee is like peas and carrots. It's very natural. I wanted to come up with something on Jennylyn's site because, Jennylyn, like we're offering business services for business owners that want to be interviewed, but Jennylyn is a passionate interviewer, passionate person. You love to interview people of all walks of life. Sometimes you interview people that don't want to promote themselves. You have to actually persuade them. Please, will you tell your story? I think the world should hear your story. You have wonderful things to say. Please come on my show and let's share your knowledge and your wisdom, right? So I feel that we discussed it. We agreed that if we offered coffee, not only is it nice people, they can come on your show, they can drink our coffee, and it's cool because what do we do when we watch things? We usually drink a coffee, right? But also it supports your work because obviously when you buy the coffee, you're supporting Jennylyn, and that enables her to continue to source great minds around this planet to bring them on and interview and share their knowledge and wisdom. Am I right?
That's correct. Now, Jamie, we are doing some other exciting things. Do you want to share those with them?
Oh, okay.
We can talk about our debate show that we are going to be adding in addition to this, as well as our Fix It show, so that people can stay tuned for what's to come. I know, and I am one of these people who a long time ago decided I can do anything. And I love to challenge myself. And most recently, I installed vertical blinds, 104 inches long, in my bedroom by myself, by Googling how to fix it, how to do it, and coming and finding a YouTube. So we are going to be offering you some segments like that on how to fix it. And we have not decided exactly what we're going to be fixing yet. But do you want to share, what we're going to be offering when it comes to the Fix It show?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I think it's an amazing idea. That was your idea. I think the debate thing was my idea. But I think it's just a case of like, we want to be able to create engage like interesting content for for everyone. That's what the internet's all about, isn't it? How
Yeah.
to like I'll tell a story. I told you before, but your listeners maybe don't know this, but I'm self-taught, right? So I think in this age, we're in the information age, right? This is the technological age. We have like information at our fingertips. Whatever you want to know, you can find on the internet now.
Mhm.
If you want to know whatever you want to know, you can find how to do it. Even flying a plane. If you want to like learn how to fly a plane, I'm not suggesting that you watch a YouTube video and then jump in a plane and fly away, because that's probably not a good idea. But it's fascinating. You can literally get plane. You wouldn't want to do it, but you can, right?
You'll at least get the theory there. I'm sure you can get the practical experience watching.
Yeah, exactly. Get the theory. Yeah. Okay, so like I remember when I was growing up, um, and you too, Jennylyn, you're older than me.
Who
But
said? Who said?
well, so I heard. So anyway, so when I was growing up, right, if I wanted to know anything, and it wasn't on the school syllabus or whatever, if it wasn't like taught in the classroom, if I just was interested in something, I would have to go to the library and get a book, and maybe get another book and another book, maybe get several books, and then like literally have to like thumb my way through the books, read the index, read the contents, thumb my way through to see if I can find what I want. And then that information, it might have been published like what 10 years ago or something. I mean, you couldn't put your hands on information very easily or quickly, and certainly not up to date information. I mean, like that was the world up until recently. Now everything's changed. Now you can literally find like so much information, and it's not all trustworthy, but then that's up to us to discern what is trustworthy information that comes from a credible source or not. We're all adults. We can
I think this is why people defer to Google
Mhm.
because of what you're saying, because there's so much information out there. You kind of have to sift through it. Some people think if they Google it on Bing or Yahoo or Google,
Yeah,
whatever comes up there, including medical information, people take this stuff very seriously.
they do
But I
exactly.
don't think you can always believe every single thing you Google. What do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree completely. So yeah, I mean, like that's why a good website will obviously cite its sources and cite credible sources. So that's another thing. If you're looking for tips on your website and you're putting out a lot of information, you, do that. Make sure that even if you believe it passionately, like dot all the i's and cross all the t's, and cite your authority sources, right? So that
Mhm.
yeah, because yeah, and so take bringing this back to what we were talking about. You can do like how to kind of videos and all that, and I think it's because that's the age we're in, and like I know Jennylyn, your character, and that you would want to provide reliable information that was right. So
Thank you.
I think you just want to provide that. And then the debates is like that was my because I love a debate. I have my topics of interest, and I know once I was on your show talking about aliens, and I love my aliens, so I like to debate like are they true, are they not, so and I think that's entertaining. People like to listen to debates, so that I threw that in there. Yeah.
So, as you can see, lots of new exciting stuff happening here at Conversations with Jennylyn. I am someone who likes to keep growing, and I love to take on challenges and prove that things that I'm told cannot be done get done, because I believe we limit ourselves too much by deciding without trying that things cannot be done. And every single thing people have told me couldn't be done, I've done it pretty much. And if I haven't, it's because I haven't tried it yet. So I believe that we need to stop limiting ourselves. As humans, we have the ability to do so much more than we realize or that we are willing to try. Just take fear out of the way is how I look at it, and just the sky's the limit and do that which makes you happy. And my passion definitely is in storytelling. And I am happiest when I'm sharing someone's story with the rest of you. And it's always my goal that something they're saying or something in a conversation will trigger something in your life to make it better. And so, Jamie and I together are going to continue to put our heads together and come up with new innovation that can make the world better in some little way or in any little way that we can. So, Jamie, what have I brought up that we need to make sure we table before we wrap up?
We need to make a table. Sorry.
I said, what haven't I asked you that we need to table, that we need to discuss
Oh,
before we wrap this up?
oh, okay.
Did I
Well,
miss anything?
no, I don't think so. No, I think there's quite a lot, you know. But I'll just mention that maybe anyone who's watching this, if they have any like comments or questions, that I'll keep an eye on the uh, the comments section, and then I can answer any questions, or you can, we can.
And as always, I am grateful to you for watching. I hope you notice in the bottom in bold white letters in that red background, that burgundy background. If you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe because we're going to be bringing you some great stuff here in the future. And if you are someone who wants your business promoted, please go to my website, look at the packages we're offering, and let's work together to help you get what you want. I am happy to help. It's what I love to do. Jamie, anything before I wrap?
Oh,
Anything else?
oh no, I don't think so. No, I
We
think.
have our website floating in the bottom, www.conversationswithjennylyn.com. That will take you to the website, and it's pretty easy to navigate your way around there. So, thank you for continuing to watch me. I'm open to suggestions from my viewers. So, if you have a story you want to share, there's no charge for that. Just write to me and just come on my show and tell people because sometimes, like I said earlier, it only takes a conversation to motivate and improve someone's life. And I thank you for continuing to watch me. Like I always say, when a conversation is all you need to be inspired, and that's what we do here. And I will see you next time. And thank you for continuing to watch me. Bye bye.